to Skin Deluxe Co. I will be washing my face and just walking you guys through the products that I will be using and explaining what I use them for. So in my hand here is my Skin Gem. This is my facial cleaner that I use to scrub my face. It has a soft rubber head here. I will be using my favorite Hydrating and Glow Watermelon anything when it comes to skincare is always my go-to to give that natural glow, especially having that brown skin will have your skin popping. So I use this as my facial cleaner. So I will start off by cleaning my face with the cleaner. Just adding that, just a small amount on there. And it always smells so wonderful using these. And then the Skin Gem has different settings. So it goes slow, medium, and fast. So I will be using the fast. I'm just cleaning my face. All right, so now that I have dried my face, next I will be following up with a toner. And one of my favorite toners is the Rose Water toner here. So Rose Water is good for tightening and detoxing the skin, and it balances the pH level in your skin as well, and increases the hydration in your skin by 88% and gives that more of a smoother kind of matte look. So after washing my face, and it's very clean here, the watermelon, I love using watermelon products because it just gives my skin that natural glow. And honestly, there's been times where I just wash my face with the hydrating watermelon glow and I get so much compliments. Like, I don't even have to put anything else on there, but of course I'll always follow up with my basic steps with a toner and moisturizer and an oil and all that. But really, just using the facial wash by itself just gives that natural pop to the skin. Like, look at that. Like, my skin just feels naturally hydrated using watermelon. Like, I kid you not, every single time I use my watermelon product, I'm always getting compliments. Like, following up with the watermelon moisturizer, it just gives that extra pop and it's just glowing. But anyways, following up with the Rose Water toner. So I usually just let the toner just kind of sit on my skin. I really don't like using cotton balls when it comes to my toners, because I just like to let it just naturally just absorb into my skin by itself. So now that the toner is settling good into my skin, after I use the toner, I follow up with a serum, and I do have to buy more of this, but this is a really good serum shot. It's Beets and Vitamin A. There you go. And it just moves and refines the pores to where your pores are not so big. So this is one of my go-tos for just, that pick me up on my face. So I'm going to be applying the Beet and Vitamin A serum onto my skin. And then let's see. This dropper does it reverse. I don't know why it's doing that, but yeah. So just adding, really you don't really need a lot. It's legit like a shot. You just need a little bit and it goes a long way. So just rubbing it on my skin. And like I said, that is the Beat in Vitamin A Serum Shot. So cleanser, toner, serum. After I applied the serum, I am now going to add these Nurturing Under the Eye pads. Is Hemp and Rose. So I will be adding that on my face now. So just gonna be applying this. So it's 2 pads, of course, for each eye. If I can separate them. All right. There we go. So I'm just gonna be adding it under my eye. These are some big pads, but it definitely goes a long way with it spreading on the rest of your cheek area. I don't have issues with puffiness, but this is definitely a good pad to use for individuals that have a lot of puffiness and redness under the skin. I usually use it for dark marks, so it helps to lighten up my skin. All right, so like I was saying, using these pads is definitely good for puffiness and inflammation, which falls into the category of puffiness. But these are amazing for dark marks as well. So just allowing these to sit on your face for about 15 minutes and just let it absorb. And that hemp is definitely excellent for the skin as well. It helps with all those things that I mentioned: inflammation, puffiness, dark marks, smoothing of the skin, decreasing the size of your pores. So using these under eye pads, you can find them in like just the papers, or you can find them in the jellies as well. So using those under your skin, under your eyes, and letting them sit for about 15 minutes will definitely give you the best results. And constantly using them for at least like 1 time a week, or as many times as you feel is necessary. As I mentioned, I don't have issues with puffy eyes or bags under the eyes. I usually have dark marks under my eyes, so they're very, very minimum, but as we age, they can get darker. So just being consistent in your skin routine would definitely help with those dark marks. So as I'm allowing these to sit on my face, then I'm going to be moving on to my next step. So like I said, I use my cleanser, my toner, I use my serum. I got these under eye pads on my face. So I will be applying an aloe gel onto my face. So this definitely helps when it comes to brightening and balancing your pH level in your skin. So I will be applying this onto my face and allowing it to sit in the same amount of time that I will be allowing these pads to be on my face. So really I'm just adding this onto the remainder of my face and not touching the pads. I didn't want to waste it, so I took some off of the top. So I'm just rubbing it, not literally rubbing it to my skin, but just kind of adding it onto my skin lightly and letting it just sit. So, and please make sure you get it under your jawbone in your neck, because a lot of individuals, when it comes to stressing in women, we tend to get bumps on our jawline. So it's always good to make sure you include your jawbone in your neck. So just allowing this to sit, and this is a mask that it does give that tingling feeling. So some individuals say, oh, my skin is burning, but that is normal when it comes to the aloe. I usually say when it does that, it's working, but you know, your discretion. It never broke out my skin to where it's adding redness or anything like that. These are all natural products that I use, so I have not had any issues with using them on my skin. But everyone's skin is different, so like I said, it's based off your own discretion. So just allowing this to sit on my face for about 15 minutes. All right, guys, so I allowed the under eye mask and the face mask to soak into my skin for about 15 minutes. As you can see, like really close, you can see like a clear, thin layer of the mask on my face. So I'm going to be removing the under eye pads and rinse off the gel mask. Feels definitely refreshing. Like, taking them off, it feels like real, like light and smooth already. Just removing them off my face. So I'm going to remove the mask. All right. So my face feels definitely like lighter. That's weird to say, but my face feels very, very light. Like it feels like soft to touch and airy. All right, so going back to what I've used, I use the hydrating cleanser on my face to clean it. I use the rosewater toner as a toner afterwards. I use the under eye gels, the hemp and rose. So I let that sit under my eyes for 15 minutes. And I paired it with my aloe gel mask. And I allowed that to sit for 15 minutes as well. So now that forgot one thing. The serum. So I use the serum after I use the toner. All right, so now that I have done those and my face is nice and clean, no, mask on my face anymore. All right, so now I will be using the Hydrating Glow Moisturizer Watermelon. It just smells so good. When I use these on my clients, they're like, that smells amazing. It definitely does smell amazing. All right, so just rubbing it on my face, neck, jawbone, and forehead. And don't miss your eyelids. Don't want to get it in your eye, but make sure you spread it evenly across your whole entire face. All right, so face moisturizer. Now I'm going to be following up with an oil. This is one of my favorite oils. It is a Shea Moisture Oil Cannabis Sativa Hemp. I use hemp a lot when it comes to my hair and my skin, and it is just amazing what it does to my skin. Like, it just feels refreshing. And it is mixed with witch hazel and vitamin E. So there you go. And this one, please be careful with using this close to your eyes, because I've noticed that it is definitely strong, and every time I use it and it gets close to my eyes start watering. It's not going to do anything seriously to your eye, just rinse it out. but I always avoid using it near my eyes and rubbing it on my eyelids. All right, so with this oil, I am going to be using my heated jade roller. So I'm going to be turning it on, and it has a light with it. And then there's another settings where it has a heated glow to it. So I will just be rubbing the oil into my skin. When I use this on my clients, they are like amazed on how it feels to their skin. Some people just use the jade rollers and it's not heated, but I definitely feel a difference using it when it's heated. So using it with the oil and having it heated just takes it to a whole nother level. It just heats the oil into your skin and just a good marinade. Like you heating it up. Just like when you use leave-in conditioner into your hair and you apply heat, it just penetrates into the skin very well. So same concept, using the oil and having it penetrate into your skin, and it just feels amazing.
I don't even want to stop. It feels so good. Alright, so the oil has definitely penetrated really good into my skin. And this oil in general is not like a really oily oil. So I don't like using oils, and then my skin just looks like I just rubbed a whole bunch of Vaseline on my face. So it's like, it has an oil, but it's dry to touch in a way. Alright, so I've done enough with this. Like I said, I don't want to stop, but it just feels so good. Alright.
I always use a sunscreen. Sunscreen is not always used just because you're out in the sun. Just using it because my skin, I always get moles popping up on my skin very often. So this is used to prevent from my moles from getting any darker and causing any issues as I age. So using sunscreen is not always just because you're being in the sun. It's just always good to use a good sunscreen in your face routine. Any race, any skin complexion, is always good to add this into your skin routine. People always say, oh, have a darker melanin, you don't need a sunscreen, but it's just always good to use to prevent your facial marks from getting any darker. Like under my eyes, I have a lot of moles on my cheeks, on my lips, nose, forehead. So I'm just gonna apply a small amount, just very small, and just kind of rub it into my skin. So it just gives that extra layer of protection onto your face. All right. So now that I have basically completed my facial routine, I use different products every time. I don't always use the same products every single day. I kind of examine my face prior to my facial routine and determine what I need. Like, is my face too oily? Is my face too dry? And from there, I will kind of evaluate the products that I have and being able to implicate what product I'll use which facial cleanser I will use, which toner I will use, which serum, facial moisturizer, and facial mask. I don't always use the under eye mask and the under eye pads and the mask on my face every single time. Sometimes I just do the basic of washing my face and using a toner, and then follow up with an oil or moisturizer. And sometimes I just use my my cleanser, and that's it. Like I mentioned with the watermelon facial toner, I don't even use anything else afterwards most of the time because it does not dry out my skin. That watermelon just gives that enough hydration to where I don't need anything else. But sometimes, just to get into the routine of using other products, I go the whole mile of just giving my face that pick me up. So now that I am pretty much done, I will use an organic castor oil and apply it onto my eyebrows. It's time for me to get my eyebrows threaded, so you can actually see like how my eyebrows have grown from the time that I get them threaded. And then using the castor oil, my eyebrows definitely take off. My eyebrows used to be so thin because I used to get them waxed when I was a teenager, but I definitely joined the thread team and noticed a difference of my eyebrows not thinning out so much. But I have natural thin eyebrows towards the end anyways, so really this has been helping to thicken up the tail of my eyebrows. And then I use a little bit on my eyelashes. So this is originally for your eyelashes, and it helps to thicken up your eyelashes after using individuals or getting your eyelashes done. So I take a lot of breaks in between getting my eyelashes done, so my eyelashes are not getting bald. All right. So now that I have completed my facial, I will follow up with a hydrating milky mist and just let it settle into my skin. But yeah, that is all for today's facial. If you have any questions about the products that I've used, you can comment below or send me a private message, and I'll definitely answer any questions that you have, any concerns you may have. It's okay to use it on your skin and when to use it. But yeah, any kind of facial questions you have, I can definitely answer them for you. But yeah, I will catch y'all in the next